Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to BattleTech Heavy Metal, where I have two pieces of good news. Number one, I went and I looked through our mech bay, through our storage, just verifying that our mech scoring list was correct, and it turns out it wasn't. I had missed a couple of completions, and also I did the thing I should have done long ago and made a note of how many pieces we have left on each mech that we still need to build, and the good news here is, with the events of last episode, we are down to 4 mechs remaining for our scoring list. We have 2 mediums, 1 heavy, and 1 assault to finish. And if we can get those 4 mechs together, that's 30,000 more points of class completion, plus the 25,000 for chassis completion. That's a lot of points per bit, provided that we can find the bits that we're still missing. I'm a little worried, because we're doing pretty well on most of them, except the Thunderbolt 5 SS, which is the one Thunderbolt that we're still missing, we actually only have 1 piece of. That is the only mech that we have left where 1 whole mech worth of salvage won't be enough to get the job done, so I'm very nervous about that. Hopefully we can find some pieces in a store or something. If that ends up costing us the 25,000 points for mech chassis completion, I'm going to be very bummed out about it. The other piece of good news that I have is that while we were screwing around on that last planet trying to track down the... Oh, I've forgotten what the name of the ship is. I almost called it the Drogon. That's definitely a different thing. While we were doing that, a flashpoint spawned over here on Titus nearby that has the Lyran Commonwealth as the employer. So this is going to be, first of all, if I remember correctly, this is a pretty fun flashpoint. And secondly, a whole bunch of reputation that we desperately need. So I'm very much looking forward to this. I think we can get right into it. I'm pretty sure all of our mechs are good. All of our pilots are appropriately leveled. Yeah, we are ready to do a thing. Let's go do that thing. Commander, I'm pleased to see that you've accepted my request. The matter that I have for you is one of a personal nature. My nephew Arjun has been murdered, killed in the cockpit by a grandstanding fool in front of a cheering audience. I want his head, and I want you to deliver it to me. Well, I'm sorry for your loss, Graf Stieglitz Bradford, and I think I can speak for everyone on the team when I say we'd be honored to help. Who exactly are we dealing with? A Solaris 7 gladiator. He's a mountain of a man, a sadist who revels in misery and thrives on the jeers of the crowd. His name is Bogdan Tubbs, but he calls himself the Steel Beast. Under the guise of friendship, Tubbs challenged my nephew to a harmless exhibition match. But when Arjun stepped into the arena, the gladiator turned what should have been a friendly duel into a bloody execution. In the end, he crushed Arjun's cockpit with his battle mech's armored claw. Did somebody pay him to do it? What was his motivation? Fame? The roar of the crowd? Who can guess? In truth, Miss Murad, I couldn't care less what drove that gladiator to kill dear Arjun. I care only that the justice of House Stieglitz Bradford and House Steiner is visited upon this steel beast, and that Bogdan Tubbs pays for Arjun's death with his own life. Well, if you can lure this gladiator out to the rimward periphery, we'll take care of him for you. Alas, I cannot, but you can. One of the Steel Beast's biggest sponsors, Ironwood Productions, has a holovid distribution facility right here on Titus, and it just so happens that Ironwood Productions is hosting a major fan event for Tubbs' most ardent supporters. I want you to make a mockery of the Steel Beast's retinue, smash them to pieces, stomp them flat, send them running back to whatever caves they crawled out of, and I want you to record yourselves doing it. Okay, I'm with you so far, keep going. Thanks, Yang, that's a really valuable interjection there. After you've destroyed the Steel Beast supporters, I want you to proceed to Ironwood Productions' holo recording facility and capture it. You will then use their equipment to broadcast a challenge to Solaris 7 and beyond. The Steel Beast will be powerless to resist such a challenge. He will come to you, and you will kill him for what he did to my nephew. You really think this idiot will be that easy to ambush? I mean, that's a pretty obvious trap. If you call him out loudly enough, he won't have a choice. Solaris gladiators live and die by their reputations. If the Steel Beast ignores your challenge or refuses to fight you, his popularity in the arena will suffer for it. Okay, that sounds pretty straightforward. We're on it. You have my thanks. Return to me when your challenge has been recorded, and we'll lure Arjun's killer to us. The plot as he delivers it there kind of doesn't make sense with what actually happens in the game, because I'm pretty sure no time passes over the course of this flashpoint, so I guess after the dude hears the challenge, he just teleports to you. Alright, if we are to draw the Steel Beast into a fight, we must first provoke him. The wholesale slaughter of his revolting followers seems like a reasonable first step. You know, it's a little strong, but I am a mercenary, I get paid to kill people. Let's do the thing. Let's go kill the people. So... At 3 skulls, we totally can see... It's totally reasonable to expect we might see mediums and heavies. We probably actually want to take 3 salvage on this. Again, like, if we see one of the mechs that we still need to collect pieces of, we want to make sure we get those pieces. And this is not a huge amount of money that we're losing, and we certainly don't need the money in any case. One thing we could actually do here is take less than our share of the cash to push our reputation even higher. This would bump us up a whole level. I think that's worth doing, actually. We should probably force reputation as much as we can on these missions where we're getting reasonable, we're getting the right kinds of reputations. And the other thing we should do is ask the Blood Wheel what's up today. Just have ourselves a little spin here, shall we? So I think we can probably play without the difficulty modifiers for most of the Blood Wheel restrictions. Kneecapper, of course, going for the legs again. That one's popular lately. So let's get 3 skulls worth of mechs into here. 3 skulls, man. What do we... I do like the Thunderbolt a lot. You can see, managed to get it all back into one piece. We only, despite all of the damage that it took in that last mission, the only component we lost was a normal heatsink, so it was a pretty cheap repair, actually. I like the Thunderbolt a heck of a lot. This is a good, strong mech, good, strong general-purpose mech. When I put it together, I was a little iffy on this design, but it has really come through for us, because it's kind of like a weird combination of all the LRMs plus the heavy armor. It did exactly the thing it was built to do last time, though. We might be able to bring, let's see, at 3 symbols, we might be able to bring, like, Thunderbolt, Hard Light, and then we probably have to take it a little bit easier from there. We might still run the Phoenix Hawk. Blackjack's 1 medium laser and that UAC, that's pretty low overall damage potential. It's interesting that the Phoenix Hawk's firepower is rated so much lower. I mean, when we Alpha Strike with this thing 220, I mean, it's counting the small laser, which is never going to happen. Wait, is this 220? Isn't a UAC 5? Yeah, that's 45 twice. Plus 35 plus 30. Oh, there's another... Yeah, there's more parts to this mech, is the thing. You know what? The Blackjack's not actually a bad pull. The UAC 5 can do some real damage. And then, what am I allowed to bring in? If we put down another 70, I assume, yeah, that would put us too far. We could bring in the Griffin. Griffin's a fine mech. Or the Wolverine with the large lasers. I don't know that we need that. I think we can afford to go up close a little bit. So we definitely need to manage our heat levels. Let's go Foxglove and the Hard Light. This thing is going to do some serious damage. What a terrifying mech that is. We could bring Brass in the Griffin. I think we're going to use the Hard Light as a bit of a bully, so I definitely want to have the Bulwark and the Surefooting here. And then the Griffin can just back off when things get heavy and use the sensor lock. And then the Blackjack and the Thunderbolt are both relatively heat efficient. We certainly want Breaching Shot on the Thunderbolt if we can get it easily. In fact, this is a pretty good fit. Although, maybe we want Breaching Shot and Sensor Lock on the Blackjack so that the Thunderbolt can benefit from the Sensor Lock. Or maybe we just want to make sure that we also have... We could do different weapons and just make sure... Or different skills and just make sure we have Sensor Lock on the Blackjack. So do I like multi-shot or... What other sensor lockers? We actually have a lot of people with sensor lock now. I'm glad I went and built that spreadsheet for the pilot skill groups that we were going to need. I might actually want to bring Sourdough on this. Just having the Blackjack go on Initiative 4 with that UAC 5 that can totally break armor open. Yeah, I think there's a reasonable amount of the time that the Blackjack's going to be able to finish someone off early in the round before they really get a turn. And I think this is the team. Looks pretty good to me. So all of our pilots now, all of our 3-skill pilots now have 9 tactics. So we're never going to have a problem with people being unable to aim in that sense. Again, we're still going to have issues, obviously, with some of our people having pretty low gunnery. There's a lot of XP left to be earned. And then if we did lose someone, you know, heaven forfend, we do have an awful lot of pilots now who are sitting on big piles of XP. I've intentionally not leveled any of them up because, again, I don't want to pay them any more than we absolutely have to. But we have people who are ready to step into the shoes. I don't exactly know how much the amount of XP that the training module banks on them is going to buy in terms of actual skill points. I don't know if they'll be able to jump to 9 tactics right away, but they should be able to make it a considerable amount of that distance at least. Our surveillance drones have spotted a group of the Steel Beast's friends and followers near this location. Understand that these people aren't trained mercenaries. They're a motley crew of Solaris gladiators, pirates, and highwaymen. Most don't belong on the battlefield at all, let alone in a battlemech's cockpit. It should be a trivial matter for you to smash them flat. Okay, sounds like a plan. I'll be recording this fight for the broadcast, so try to put on a good show. Darius, how dare you? I always try to put on a good show.
Got it.
Hopefully, whoever's going to watch this video likes kneecapping.
Copy that.
We have strong feelings about the legs of enemy mechs. I really like the Warhammer, and we haven't gotten to use it, I feel like, all that much recently. It's just, it feels like it's never the right fit anymore, but man, it's a good mech. So that is a LB-10X Demolisher, and definitely something of a priority. Oh man, I can't get vision of it from anywhere that I have cover. Well, I mean, we don't have to get too fancy with the vehicle, right? It doesn't have any legs to shoot at. So what are the armor levels? 105 on the strongest side. There's pretty good odds that the Blackjack just kills this thing. Ah, no focus. Stuff's just going all over the place. Alright, I think... we definitely want to kill that before it gets a turn. I'm going to jump way in like this. We'll present the Griffin with Bulwark up as an initial target for people. Try to draw the enemies onto it. That is a Grasshopper, so a little bit heavier than I was expecting to see here. And in fact, they have 3 things that are moving on too, although we know at least one of them is a vehicle. So man, maybe I want to change up my play here. Maybe we want to go for the Grasshopper's leg right now. Because we still have 2 people who will go below this, or before this vehicle. I think it's worth pushing the Grasshopper down to initiative 1 here. Okay, not great clustering on that one.
Reporting critical hit. Waiting for orders.
So now, we're not probably going to be able to put people in the appropriate arc, are we? Yeah, that's a bummer. Alright, well, the Thunderbolt can just move up and try to finish off the vehicle. Should be.
On my way.
Should be completely trivial. Definitely should not require all of these weapons. I'm going to turn off the large laser to save heat. Wow, we didn't actually kill that thing until super late in the volley. She had me a little nervous there that she was going to find a way to divide the weapons fire up enough to not finish the job. We're just going to run forward, because I'm not allowed to shoot at this guy in a way that isn't likely to take his leg out. It looks like the Grasshopper might be the only mech here. I mean, there's got to be more than just this mech plus these 3 vehicles. Is that actually a whole 3-skull force by itself? I don't think so. But yeah, there's got to be more. We'll see reinforcements or something.
Systems. We can do this. Let's go. Orders.
Alright, well, I feel like we're very unlikely to see this thing's legs survive a good focused shot. Can I get close enough to hit him with the small lasers? Oh yeah, his stuff is toast. To the kneecaps. Okay, and he'll be trivial to just leg out now.
I hit something good.
The Warhammer should be able to do that very easily by itself. Which means we can have the other people go tank hunting. Although, the vehicles have actually managed to stay pretty far away from us. Here we go.
Firing jump jet.
I don't know exactly what we're looking at over here, but I can't imagine it'll survive a real volley. And we'll go ahead and cool and vent. Let's fire the everything. I do so love to fire the everything. It's probably my favorite weapon. So yeah, we're seeing the enemy turn times here. There are definitely things that have not yet come into range, but have already spawned on the map. Let's just have you run up, and this is going to be a fair amount of heat. Okay, we destroyed the other leg and hit the head and annihilated the entire torso. Both sides of it. But that'll still leave 2 pieces of him in the salvage pool. There's no sense in doing anything other than running forward, right? We could sensor lock that guy, I guess, and lower his accuracy, but he's too afraid to even shoot at us. Alright, where do I think the next group of enemies is going to come in? This is actually the edge of the playable area, so I guess we should go this way. And you know what? She can sensor lock.
I've got a sensor lock.
Okay, we can at least take a narc ammo bin if we don't find any actually valuable loot here. So you're going to have some heat issues.
Jump jet, engage.
Probably not going to get to fire too many of these lasers. Well, we're going to go into whatever this second group of enemies is with all of our resolve, which is going to be nice.
Looks like enemy reinforcements.
Okay, so we got to deal with this thing now, so that it's not providing vision for any more back armor fire. It'd be really nice if we could kill it with 35 LRMs to its weak side. Oh yeah, this should be very easy. That does look really cool when you just like rain 35 missiles on somebody. It's easy, not just in BattleTech, but you know, in life. It's easy to get used to not seeing all of a thing that you're used to. You know, we all learn to sort of like mentally shortcut some parts of that experience just so that we're not overwhelmed while trying to go about our business. It's good to take a moment and just really observe a thing you're used to once in a while. Enjoy the majesty of 35 missiles raining out of the sky on top of an enemy tank. Where are we? Where am I seeing this ping from? Oh, over there, behind us.
Good to go.
Sourdough might be able to, yeah, I was going to say, him being that close, we could just get real vision. Unfortunately, he does have a lot of evasion. Fortunately, he only has 65 health in his legs.
Acknowledge.
I think that was it, yep. And we incidentally blew his intercept system out during the shot. I was about to harass her. I was about to talk some trash there about her not managing to cluster the autocannon shots. But never mind. In fact, she's a way better shot than I was giving her credit for. Now, let's just get you over in the area. We'll have coolant vent available again next turn, which is nice. Okay, that's something. Maybe a Jaeger mech or a catapult or something.
I hear ya.
That's a fairly serious whatever it was.
Don't need to tell me twice.
Let's have you go for that other leg. Let's just close this up fast. Oh wow, that's a lot of.
Did you see it?
Yes, we're all very impressed. Oh, interesting. They still have vision of me. Did they do a sensor lock? Was I just not paying enough attention to notice a sensor lock, or do they have... They might have an advanced viewfinder on somebody. Ooh, okay, these are big mechs, too. Unfortunately, these are not the right sizes for the things we're still missing, I don't think. Right, a 65... Actually, a 65 could be a Thunderbolt. If that's a Thunderbolt SS, then we're in real good shape here. That kind of makes me want to jump the blackjack way forward to find out. But actually, I mean, I'm just gonna reserve. Let's let some of this stuff walk forward a bit. Because I don't think I want the blackjack to move first. I think I want somebody else to run up and get some attention.
Firing jump jet.
Alright, what are you? You are a Jägermech 6A. That's a shame. That's a thing I don't need. Do we want to just try to... I was going to say just try to core that guy out, but then I remembered we do have rules here. I think an AC-10 is probably a little bit more dangerous, honestly. I feel a little silly not focusing on the Jägermech first, but that AC-10 is... That AC-10 is a reasonable thing to remove from the battlefield. Are we through the ammo bins? Yeah, okay. So we could finish that off. If we took that arm off, we certainly wouldn't have to worry about actually killing him. That might be what I have the blackjack go for, because I do want to back up a little bit. Blackjack is not really supposed to be on the front line. Should I run back or should I stay in cover, is the question. I think I'm going to stick to the cover.
Firing on target.
Alright, that'll do it.
Target's taking a critical hit.
He's still got an LRM-10, but yeah, he's definitely less dangerous. And that guy has breaching shot.
Waiting for orders.
Yes, boss?
Let's have the hard light jump in. So do we care more about the Jägermech or the Marauder? 2 PPCs and a large laser. I think it's the Marauder. I think, again, we're just trying to take, like, single large damage hits off of the battlefield as quickly as possible. It's going to be... It's probably not going to matter too much which leg we shoot at here, because we're overwhelmingly likely to destroy it with the snub PPCs.
Target acquired.
Ooh, shots... Okay, still managed to get the job done. I was going to say, all those shots tended a little higher than I would like. But the thing about the hard light is it gets the job done.
Waiting on you, Commander.
So we've actually already kneecapped almost all of our foes. There's only one mech left that we really need to focus on. And the question, I guess, is do we bother with the Jägermech right now, or do we just finish off one of these guys who's already down? I think I'd rather just finish off the downed Marauder. So 121 to the center torso, or... Yeah, okay, we just core him. It's not worth dealing with the lower aim shot chance. Ooh, although apparently we don't quite pull it off. Well, he's down on initiative 1. He's not going to actually have a turn. I think so. If we reserve, I should probably just try to finish the Centurion, or at least work the Centurion a little bit more. Alright, can I get close enough to shoot this thing with my medium lasers without, like, totally exposing myself to everybody else? So obviously, it would be nice to shoot more than the UAC. No, but at this point, I guess it matters less because of how little the enemy force has left in them. So 123 or 100. But we can only direct 62% of the shots to the leg versus... I think we just go for the core. Yeah, that was pretty likely to work.
One less target.
I was kind of hoping he would run in a little bit more than, like, around, so that it would be easier for us to catch his side arc. It's almost like he doesn't even want me to blow his legs out from under him. Okay. That one felt really easy. I'm glad I didn't take a difficulty modifier on that, because this was trivial enough as it was. Okay, I think we're just gonna gut this dude. Man, actually, it feels a little wasteful, given the damage potential of the Jägermech. Maybe we should take this thing out instead. Okay, here there's a pretty significant difference in the amount of damage required to get the job done. And yeah, unfortunately, we're not really taking home any loot that we care about here. Like, at all.
Coordinates received. All weapons are low. Bang! You're dead.
Well, I mean, like, 11 points of relevant rep is still a pretty good reward. I guess we can't be too upset. That was glorious, Commander Corpsington. You beat them bloody without a shred of hesitation or remorse. Yeah, that's... Thanks, please stop complimenting me. We move on Ironwood Productions and their hollow distribution facility, and we do it now. Okay, what about refits and repairs? Our lance just took fire, in quotation marks, down there. I am paying you to deliver swift justice for Arjun's murder, Mr. Vatanen. Anything short of that is unacceptable. You will move on Ironwood's hollow distribution facility, and you will do it without delay. Yeah. I mean, we literally don't... We don't even need to repair the armor or reload the mechs. We could absolutely just take another mission right now. Okay, so everybody's doing fine. 1500 XP is not nothing, and then... I guess we complete the Grasshopper? Are there any... There's narc ammo, probably, right? Yeah, we should probably take the narc ammo bin. And then, yeah, none of these weapons are really too exciting. A large laser with plus 10 damage on it is cool, but I think it's better for us to finish the Grasshopper so we can sell it. That's a fair amount of money. And money is points. Also, I forgot how much extra loot we were going to get there. It's not a lot of points, but... probably better than taking a large laser that there's a really good chance we would never ever equip on anybody. So we can roll right into this next one pretty easily while we're waiting for the game to decide it wants to, there we go. I was going to say while we're waiting for that, we may as well just go over here and spin the wheel, but it figured its stuff out eventually. That said, obviously, we're still going to spin the wheel. Alright, show me something interesting. Okay, unit cohesion definitely alters our decision-making. So nobody is allowed to be more than 2 tiles. Every mech has to always stay during combat within 2 tiles of another mech, another one of our mechs. I think we don't change anything. I think we take those same pilots and those same mechs. This is a good team. The unit cohesion thing is going to damage optimal usage of the Hardlight and the Griffin a little bit, because those guys really do love to just like leap into an enemy's back arc or something. But something tells me we'll be alright. This honestly affects our defense, I think, more than our offense a lot of the time, because it prevents us from using our jump jets to generate like 6 points of evasion on anything. But up against a 3-skull enemy, you know, we'll probably be okay. We certainly have a lot of guns. Man, that Warhammer. What a silly design. It was very, very lucky for us that we managed to find a ++ snub PPC as early as we did.
Command interface initiated.
Okay, should be just ahead. Ironwood Productions uses this facility to mass-produce holovid entertainment for combat enthusiasts across the inner sphere. They have everything we'll need to issue the Steel Beast a challenge he cannot refuse. I would advise your Lance to scout the facility before engaging it. Ironwood Productions has security contracts with a number of local mercenary outfits, and resistance is likely to be, quote-unquote, heavy. For a certain definition of heavy. We didn't get to negotiate on this one, but we will get to take home a reasonable number of parts. I guess I didn't check to make sure we'd be able to end our turn. Okay, yeah, we'll be able to end all close enough together.
Moving to position. Position confirmed.
Alright, so they got some turrets, they got some mid-sized mechs. Let's start with the Warhammer moving forward, maybe? Because we're not going to be able to get vision off of any of these guys anyway. Well, maybe we do want Sourdough to move up first then, and just sensor lock something to ensure that we will be able to shoot at least one thing. Medium turrets, even if that is like an LRM turret or something, I'm not too scared of a medium turret. Let's see what this is. Okay. A not very impressive mech that is not fully armored and for some reason just chose to show us its back. Real strange decision making, actually. Oh, you're kidding me. In every location that I'm allowed to go to, we are going to end up just slightly too far away to actually use our weapons on this turret. That sucks. Well, we can at least sensor lock it, or it's a standard shredder, so it does have an AC-20 on it. We should probably... But I can see it already. I don't really need to sensor lock that. Why don't I sensor lock this turret? Maybe we can just burn down a couple of turrets real fast here. Also a shredder.
What can I do for you?
So obviously the Thunderbolt's going to be able to contribute pretty heavily. Actually, let's start with the Warhammer. I'm curious what we'll actually be able to do with it. Alright, so this is still within 2 of the Griffin.
Engaging jump jet.
And you don't have multi-target. So if you're only going to shoot one enemy, we should probably just shoot this Griffin, right? I bet I could core it. And then these guys have 157 health each, so... Now, if we don't shoot both of the Shredders, they're not both going to die because the Thunderbolt doesn't carry enough LRMs to take them both down. If we were running the Stalker, we'd be able to do it. I think I'm gonna kill the Griffin. I think this Shredder turret is too far away to hit us with the AC-20. And we'll deal with this one with the Thunderbolt.
Locked on rear armor.
God,
Hope we can salvage that.
those PPCs, man. What incredibly powerful weapons.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, so you probably just want to move in as far forward as possible.
Moving out.
And then we're not going to need everything. We can give this guy both of the LRM bays, because the 20 doesn't get the job done by itself. In fact, hold on, did I misremembered how much damage we were going to do, because I didn't remember that this guy doesn't have any plus damage missiles. He just has extra stability damage. So actually, this is not great. This is not exactly where we want to be. Yeah, now we're too close to that Shredder turret. It's going to actually get to shoot us with the AC-20. Not good. I should fix this. We have more plus damage. We have more plus damage LRM bays than or LRM pods than we used to. We can put him together. Okay, it missed. That could have been really dangerous.
I'm showing minor damage.
Let's get fired up.
And we use the Thunderbolt often enough now that I think that's a good use of our resources. Do I want to finish that thing off, or do I just want to... I kind of just want to sensor lock the other turrets. That thing's shooting large lasers at us. I mean, the quick draw is potentially dangerous, but it's also not super hard to kill. We could drop its initiative down to 1 and have the Warhammer, like, finish it off. Yeah, maybe that's what I'm going to do here. So we only have enough resolve to take down to do one aim shot.
Affirmative.
I'm going to do it right now. We're going to do it with this mech. And only 107 health in the... You know what? I'm going to... Oh, we're not going to get that leg anyway, though, are we?
Taking the shot.
Let's try to make it a little bit easier for the Warhammer to burrow right through him with the PPCs.
Damage is light.
Light damage, Commander.
So what about you? You could run up and... I mean, somebody's got to finish off this turret. I prefer it be somebody with multi-shot because of how little damage. Like, it feels like a real waste to have a whole mech go at that. So the question, I guess, is do we want to have the Griffin just try to work this guy and maybe make it so the Warhammer doesn't have to? Because we use the Thunderbolt to kill this. Yeah, I guess so. Oof, he does still have a lot of evasion, though, doesn't he? I guess that makes it more important. Maybe the right play then is probably actually just move forward and sensor lock, right? I'm gonna walk over here so that we have vision of these other turrets. And then we're going to sensor lock that guy.
Got a lock.
Thunderbolt kills this turret and does some damage to him. Warhammer finishes him off easily. This should be fine.
Damage is light. I hear ya.
So we do want the Thunderbolt to go first. I want to try to make sure that we're staying grouped up in a way that makes sense. Do I have an open shot from where I am now? You know what? Maybe the Thunderbolt just doesn't move. We'll do this. We'll just give you the 15...
No problem. I've got enough guns for everyone.
Oh, tire fire, how I wish that were true. Okay, so we've got an open torso, open center torso from this side now.
Standing by.
Our light should be able to do this. Oh, except I screwed up, and the Griffin and the Blackjack are more than 2 tiles apart. So I can't move this mech in a way that breaks the chain.
Confirmed.
Just have to stop here.
Target acquired.
My plan was to get a little closer and give him everything, but
Inflicted some heavy damage.
now he lives. That's a shame. What are we looking at in terms of remaining center structure? Oh, only 22.
I'm showing minor damage.
That's definitely fixable. So we can have the Thunderbolt take out the Shredder turret next turn.
Let's go!
What is this thing again? It's just a Vindicator?
Ready for orders.
I don't care about that. We should probably also... Man. There's a lot of guns aimed at us right now. Sourdough can probably just kill this guy. We're at 57 resolve, so a precision strike that downs him would earn us another precision strike.
Target confirmed.
We could have gone at that without using the resolve at all.
Salvage that.
I was a little worried that nothing would hit center. We've certainly had that happen on a number of occasions. What are you? You are a Shadowhawk 2H.
Careful. You don't want to scratch
It's always,
the paint.
Commander.
always the 2H. So you can't really move, which means I probably don't even want you to take your turn yet. We want the Thunderbolt to go next to give us a little bit of slack in the shape.
Waiting on you, Commander.
So the Thunderbolt runs up over here. And I think it is still the case that we want to just deal with this now so we don't have to worry about the AC-20 later.
Firing everything I've got. Target destroyed.
Commander.
And then now the Warhammer can close a little bit. This is a little bit awkward. These guys have too much evasion, and that guy... I guess we could just burn down that turret really easily. Like, I could just fire a couple of weapons. And obviously the benefit of that is saving some heat for next turn, although to be perfectly honest with you, we might be done after this. So let's turn off one of the PPCs. This should be more than sufficient.
Got it.
Come on, Mech Warriors. It's go time.
Leaving us a little bit of slack in case some of the projectiles go awry. Oh, I broke the... shoot, I broke the chain. Oh well, the Penance Mech for me. Listen, the Penance Mech is fine. It's a good, fine... It's not good. It's fine. Yeah, and I'm not too worried about my evasion here. Let's just precision strike one of these dudes in half. I have a slightly better hit chance on you. Wow, I cannot believe we managed to not get that.
Heavy damage.
It's that one laser that went off target. That said, we're all cleaned up now. We
No
got
sweat.
this.
I got it.
We can do this. Commander.
So the Blackjack needs to get the hell over here so that it stops constraining the movement of the rest of the team. And we can precision strike this guy just to push him down to Initiative 2 as well. Shadowhawks tend to carry ammo in the center torso, right? Yes, this might even be a kill.
Engaging.
Yep, we got him.
Target eliminated.
Hey, dummy, don't do that.
Yes, Commander.
I mean, that's not a helpful advice for you now, but if you get the chance to go back in time, don't have done that. There we go. Now I'm helping.
Affirmative.
You're clear to proceed to your next objective.
And obviously that turret
Good to
is
go.
no problem at all, especially since it can't see us anymore. It is a little bit of a bummer that I can't see it either. You know what, we'll just... Oh, I can't even sensor lock it. Okay, can you... Yeah, these two are within 2 of each other, so we can walk forward. Like, even right here, gets the job done.
Coordinates received. I've got a sensor lock.
How's it going?
And then those snub PPCs actually have pretty good range. See, I could go as far as this.
Affirmative.
What very, very silly weapons.
Destroyed.
Okay, and outside of combat we can move a little more freely as long as we're making sure. Alright, we have eyes on you. Advise against doing anything foolish. Did you know they don't want us to take over their facility? What a surprise. Alright, looks like Ironwood Productions shelled out for point defense turrets. Serious? Are you joking right now? Is that a joke? He's telling us a funny joke about the turrets we already killed. It does feel like he should maybe be a little bit more... Just like paying a little bit of attention, right? Just a tiny amount. I guess the mechs they were talking about in that dialogue are the group of mechs that we already killed. That dialogue should definitely trigger when you start fighting, rather than when you get within a certain distance of the thing. Okay, we did it. We're done now. I guess I gotta pacify the area, so I guess there are more mechs, but like...
Sounds smart. Cooling.
Are we sure there are?
Eyes on hostile
Okay, there we go.
They're heading your way.
They probably hadn't actually spawned in yet.
Come on, Mech Warriors. It's
Okay.
go time.
This way. Hey, this is a total nightmare. We're just gonna reserve down to 1. Let them walk in as much as possible, and then we'll figure it out. Come on, show me a mech that I actually care about. Do you think we've seen more of the Marauder than any other mech? Well, probably not more than Lights, because we were fighting Lights for quite a while at the beginning.
Waiting for orders.
But we may well have seen more of the Marauder than any non-Light mech.
Ripping off.
It's just like a really ridiculously, exaggeratedly huge number of these things.
Firing on target.
Which is a real shame for the AI, because they use them super poorly.
Scored a critical hit.
I hear ya. Good to go.
Commander.
Alright, mech in back, become mech in front.
Jump jet. Engage.
And we'll just keep doing this leapfrog thing. Because it is working. So I probably don't need to focus here. I guess we're probably not going to kill him if I do focus even. So yeah, no sense in spending the resolve.
Waiting for orders.
I'll give the Marauder this. It's way heavier than it needs to be.
I read you, Commander. Moving out. All weapons are go.
Okay, he somehow still has 56 health.
Yes, Commander.
I think it's actually really hard to kill. We need to get over... Again, I don't want to be this far back because I'm holding back the rest of the team by doing that.
Firing on target. Let's get fired up. There's work to
Fortunately...
do.
Wow, that was... These are the only 2 mechs in the reinforcement lance? That's interesting. So this is a 75. The thing we still need from this class is a Highlander 733. So, unfortunately, this is too late to be it. So, of course, it's another Marauder. Who builds these lances? Who makes these decisions? I guess from an in-world perspective, from a diegetic perspective, you just kind of got to play with the giant robots you're dealt, right? Most people do not have the luxury that we have
This should be good.
of being able to shop around. God, this is going to take so many shots. Why did it have to be a thing that's not dangerous, but that is so damn tough?
Into position. Engaging the target.
Alright, well, we're through at least.
Waiting for orders.
Unfortunately, we are now out of resolve.
Moving to position. Firing.
Receiving you.
You probably actually don't even go anywhere. You just turn so that your center torso is harder to hit. Alright, well that was lucky.
Enemy down.
And not terribly difficult, that mission. We did take a very small amount of structure damage. Ah, you win, Commander Corpsington. Ironwood Productions is officially crying uncle. The hollow distribution facility is yours for as long as you need it. If you want to call out the Steel Beast, we can help you do that. In fact, we'd be happy to. I'll bet you will. Someone in your fight promotions department is probably doing a happy little dance right now. Ah, well, we know a money-making opportunity when we hear it. When you're ready, come on in. We got a dozen holo cameras ready to roll. See, I thought he meant because he thought the Steel Beast was going to come and murder the entire hell out of us, which is presumably a thing that he would like to see happen at this moment. Okay, well that was a pretty straightforward episode. I don't think we should start another mission 50 minutes in here. Let's just take our cash and our very poor salvage and go home. Are any of these things we care about at all? Plus 10 damage laser. I mean, I'll take that medium laser. I don't know how many plus 10 damage medium lasers is enough, but I do know that I've never had that many. And I guess we work toward completion of, this would be Marauder number 3, or maybe even 4, I think? Yep, they gave us both parts of it. That legitimately might happen. I have definitely sold at least one of those things, and I think we might have a spare in the storage bay beyond the one that we currently have kitted out, because they're just everywhere, man. And it feels like, given the fact that the Marauder plays really well with the strategy that is inarguably by far the most powerful, it really feels like that ought to be a rarer mech, right? We're getting an incoming message, Commander. It's Tubbs, and it looks like he's already here. Hey, that's a surprise. Isn't he supposed to be on Solaris 7? That was the word on the street, yeah. But hey, here he is. Okay, so there's not a time issue. It's just that we were misinformed. I guess he must have come out to do some work with Ironwood Productions, or hell, I don't know. Maybe he's just here to sample Herotitus's pleasure industry. This place does have a reputation. Well, whatever the reason, he's here, and I'll bet he's mighty pissed off. Buckle in, Commander. I'm putting him up on the view screen now. Hey, Commander Shit-for-Brains! I saw your little holo broadcast. You think that you can handle the crushing power of the Steel Beast? Well, I'm here to call you out and challenge your best to a duel to the death. You gotta be kidding me, Tubbs. Is this how you really talk, like, all the time? You're goddamn right it is. The Steel Beast is as real as it gets. He practices 100% sincerity, brother, and he's gonna cut through your bullshit with a snap of his claws. You're about to face the unbridled armored fury of Solaris 7's most notorious welterweight champion. That is actually painful. Welterweight, huh? Interesting. With all the yelling and the screaming, I expected you to pilot something bigger. Stay out of it, lady. This is between me and your company's champion. My crab against your best medium mech. Now, are you gonna accept my challenge? Or are you a bunch of sniveling cowards with jelly where your spines should be? Yeah, alright, man. You got your fight. And when the dust settles, there won't be enough left of you to fill a 5-gallon jug. You think you can frighten the Steel Beast? You don't scare me. It is I who scares you. I'll see you on the goddamn field. Yeah, you versus our best, one-on-one. We'll be there. With a dramatic snarl, the steel beast disappears from your view screen. So, boss, we're gonna drop the whole lance right on that asshole's head, right? That's exactly what I was thinking, Yang. Please tell me that's what we're about to do. Oh, of course we are. Yeah, if he tries to cheat, we'll be prepared is the thing I'm pretending is the logic here. The actual logic is we're going to kill him so much. And what if he sticks to his end of the deal? Yeah, if he's really stupid enough to drop alone, he deserves to get dogpiled. I'm so glad that the whole team is on board with this strategy. Alright, let's go take out a gladiator, by which we mean let's have ourselves a little break here. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time on Monday, we will take on a gladiator. And we'll see you then.